What's going on, traders? So this is the weekly outlook video. Today is the 22nd of October. So last quarter here, coming into the end of the year already, which is crazy. And what we're going to talk about today specifically is the euro, right? So we have some big news coming out of, some decent news coming out of the Eurozone this week, specifically on the 26th, interest rate decision, right? So now we also, I talked about this in a video I made on Friday, just a recap video. We have some news out of the U.S., which is Federal Chairman Powell of the FOMC is going to be talking on the 25th, interest rate decision out of the ECB on the 26th. And then we have some PCE data for the United States. But really, I mean, this, not sure how the whole climate Eurozone deal is going to affect the markets. Probably not. But the ECB rate decision definitely will. And Fed Chairman Powell, he actually spoke on Thursday or Friday of last week and definitely caused a stir in the markets, right? So now if we look at, I'm going to go down the line here of some of these euro pairs. Specifically, we are in a breakout mode. I'm on the 4-hour time frame looking at Euro Aussie. So pretty textbook breakout. You can, if I want to make a little trend line from here to here, take off my envelope and 200 SMA, which I keep on my chart as a point of reference, as a reference tool for between bearish and bullish. So this is a textbook, trend line break, retest, and breakout. So right now we are retesting. I think this is pretty significant. If I take my Fibonacci tool from the former high to the low, which happened to be the breakout, and then the retracement for the retest, we are currently right at around the 161.8% fib level. So, for me, in terms of extensions, this is always one of the big ones that I look for. So we could be looking at some sort of pullback potentially on euro strength here, but it's super bullish, right? So now let's take a look at Euro New Zealand. Same deal, huge breakout. And there's a couple different things going on here. So if I look at this former high to the low here, we're at a pretty significant level, right? We just broke out above the 78.6, the 86.3. Now if I go to the full on high, right? So this was the high to the low. We have some pretty solid set targets here. Approaching the 78.6, 86.3, right at the zone, right about here. You can see there's an order block right at that 86.3 fib level. So this makes a really, really good area, which we're approaching. I mean, we're about 100 pips away, 150 pips, but Euro New Zealand for these cross pairs, that isn't, that isn't much. So this is a pretty big formation that we have going on in Euro New Zealand. So does this mean we're going to go straight there? I doubt it. I think we're going to maybe see some sort of retracement, maybe even a deeper one, but then really push in to that rally, which could be happening right around the ECB rate decision, right? So this is something to keep an eye out for. So interestingly enough, though, you can see how bullish Euro Aussie, Euro New Zealand is, Euro CAD decently. Euro USD isn't quite catching up, but it's already pretty broken out, and I think it could really make a move going into, if this euro strength continues, specifically with the ECB. So, this is something to keep an eye out for. I actually don't have euro yen up here. Let's get it up here on the scoreboard. There we go. So EJ, interestingly enough, I mean, a lot of these yen pairs going pretty sideways right now and have some somewhat ugly price action going on, but I think this is one to keep an eye out for. Like I said, we are going pretty sideways, more of a distribution looking pattern, and you see this a lot with a lot of the pairs, right? GJ, AJ looks a little more constructive, potentially wanting to make a move to the downside here, but this is really more toward on the back of Aussie strength than anything, right? So for me, the price action right now for a lot of these yen pairs, pretty ugly. So that's why I'm really focused on this week looking at these cross pairs, right? So here's pound New Zealand. Definitely a bullish situation here, right? Breaking out, making some new highs, closed up above the 200 SMA here in the 4-hour time frame. So this is we're right at a pretty key order block level too. So some key levels right here, right? So very similar situation if you want to just measure where we're at and look at some of these targets where we could be going long term. It's not like it's happening when markets open, but it's really good to have these mapped out early in the week, and that's what I like to do on the weekend, especially on the 4-hour time frame, is really map these big zones out. So GU, on the other hand, of course, the dollar's been super strong with the situation with Israel and Palestine, with the dollar being more of a safe haven currency. But let's say the situation there cools off a bit, and let's all hope that it does, just to say the least. Let's say the situation cools down a bit, we could see some significant weakness coming out of the dollar, which could cause a bit of a change in sentiment in terms of what happens. GU breaking higher, potentially Euro USD. But out of these, I particularly like Euro strength, because it's clearly one of the best performers, and same with the pound. Now, the pound is more sideways in comparison to the euro, but nonetheless, it seems that, like, if we look at pound CAD here, we're very similar. I like to look at things in terms of a expansion phase. This is this impulsive move, sell-off, accumulating a little bit. So now the question is are we going to push higher, or break down further here? And this is really on the back of what happens geopolitically, for the rest of the week. So my sights are really set on these pullbacks for these big trending moves, and then potentially catching on the back of the smart money as these make some even bigger rallies. So yeah, let's make it happen. Let's have an awesome week, everybody. We have new pricing live on the Top One Trader website, so check it out, and plus you get 20% more capital, or 25% more capital, excuse me. So that means if you get a 200K account, you would have access to 250K. So check out the website, top1trader.com. We had our launch last week. We're just now getting started, and we have a bunch of cool stuff, including live webinars and some training and analysis and all kinds of very, very community and trader-related content event, because we're thinking of you guys first. So let's have an awesome week, everyone. Click the link below. Check out our website. Check out the new prices. And definitely jump on that 25% bonus before the month ends. And let's make it happen. Peace.